Hello! Hello, hello, hello. It is vampire time. What even did we do last time? Oh, right. We just went to that big art show where the Anarchs had kind of warned us that the Tremere had set a bomb to go off. And we told Key about this, but Key thought it might have been like an Anarch ploy to try to get people to scramble and leave and everything. Yeah. And then the bomb did go off. And so we managed to survive, and it was a little suspicious because the bombs were, like blood sorcery bombs? Which, unless you, learn the special ways, is for the most part a Tremere or Banu Hakim thing. So that's a little sussy. What is this game with pretentious art? Well, it's because all vampires are supposed to be, really rich, right? They're ancient. Nothing ages quite like money. I don't know if that's a saying. I don't know if that's true. I don't have a lot of money. Yeah, so they try to make them seem pretentious in all ways that they can. So we just got home after all of this. Except the neonates, yeah. Well, the neonates aren't old, right? It's the old vampires that, you're a couple centuries old. Either you've made it at this point, or you haven't. Nothing in between. Yes, continue the next chapter. We don't need to restart. Chapter 6. Archon. We are always the errand bitch, yeah. You dream. The city sidewalks are uniform, symmetrical in a way that only a dream or an artist could conjure. The air is frigid, and you shiver unconsciously. Something so human that for a moment you forgot your nature. Two figures emerge from the fog ahead of you. I almost said from the frog ahead of you. There's a big frog, what? And as you get closer, their faces swirl into recognizable form. Robert Ward, please don't. If you're going to miss your jump, just miss your jump. Don't try to correct it. Robert Ward and his Banu Hakim associate, Sevink. It's not Sevnik. Sevink. Huddle together, talking in muted tones as they look down on a prone figure splayed out on the concrete. A dead body. Didn't give us much of a choice, Ward is saying. This isn't the way I wanted it to go down. Suck it up, Bobby, Sevnik replies coldly. You knew this is the way it would turn out. Be honest with yourself. Even if you lied to everyone else. The Bruja growls. I'm trying to stop you from stepping on the keyboard. Please don't alt-tab the game or something like that. The Bruja growls, but doesn't otherwise reply. You get closer, curious whom they're talking about. They don't notice you as you crane your neck. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me, right? This is my own dead body. I know it is. Mouse, please. Look. Staring up at you. I'm reading lines by eyes. Oh yeah, I tend to skip ahead. It doesn't help. Sometimes I just start saying words that aren't actually in the sentence. Little baby with peanut brain, he really is. Hello. Hello, mouse. I'm worried that he's getting a little chonkier. I hope not. Mog is very good with food and only eats as much as he needs, so I just leave his little food bowl full all the time. I'm hoping Mouse will learn the same thing, but sometimes the brain goes faster than the mouth. Yeah. Hello, welcome, Loon. I'm drawing, so I'm only really listening. So in my mind's eye, Mouse is in Silas's dream, wreaking havoc. That's awesome. Hello, D. You get a closer look, curious to whom they're talking about, but obviously it's me. They don't notice you as you crane your neck over to get a good look at the corpse and this cat that keeps stepping on the keyboard. Sevink, Sniffs with irritation. He's gone now in any case. You'll need a new pasty. Shame, though. You were right about Zim. Silas was perfect for the role. You stare down into your own unblinking eyes in a plot twist no one expected. Patsy. Pasty. Nipple pasties. A new Patsy. Yes. That word popped up in the other game before, and I also said pasty. I guess I've never heard pasty. Who uses that as like a term? Hello, Nest of the Raven. What the fuck is a patsy? And why is it not a pasty? Patsy. A person who is easily taken advantage of. You could just call me a fucking bitch. I had to say nipple pasty. Called you a fucking two. Yeah, I know. There's so many better words for it that are common. I've never heard a patsy before. That's got to be an older term. Kind of filled pastry, yeah. How old is Seving? That's a good question. That actually is a good point. I don't know. Mouse, please. Dad. I'm awake now. I've been sleeping all morning long, saving up my energy for, bonk, for when I need it the most, which is right now to interrupt you with great tenacity. No, he's just not letting me stream. I need a place with doors so I can just close it. Listen to him yowl on the other side. Please stop trying to step on my fucking keyboard. But Dad, if I step on the keyboard, it gets me attention. Ugh. What was that? A weird little noise. The air suddenly smells of sulfur. What? Is this real? Or is this all just Mouse's dream? We'll never know, unless we ask him, but he doesn't speak English. There it goes. Oh, is it really hard? Yeah, it's because the mic is right there, so if I turn away, you can't hear it very well. I'm making you laugh out here. Does he speak Norwegian? I don't know. I don't know where he's originally from. Or is this your unconscious mind simply trying to make sense of recent events? Through smoke, a new vision. Another place, another time. Dun dun dun. Cardinal Lance. Robert Ward walks side by side with Arundel. I see you, you little rat. Speaking together in animated conversation. You've done it! You've located the missing prince! But what could have persuaded Arundel to run off with an anarch? I know this is difficult for you to understand, Ward says. There's an edge to his voice. It is the ring of a conversation that's been had many times before. But you gotta know that the whole thing is crooked. She's fought for your ideas the whole way through. That's why you can't leave, Robert. That's loud as fuck. Oh wow. It's good that he does that. Kind of like grinds his claws down a little bit. That's a scratching box, that if you can hear that. Oh dear you guys. I see. I have accidentally started karaoke in chat time. Arundel replies, You'd hardly be the last Bruja operating within the Camarilla. Work with me. We can make change together, even if it takes another century. Ward shakes his head. World's not gonna wait that long. You know what I have to do. A growl rises in the back of Arundel's throat. Only you would talk to me like that in my own domain. Even Corliss wouldn't dare defy me to my face. We both want the same thing, boss. The Brujah grunts. Do not, no. That's why you're still here, Arundel says. Eden would have you assassinated the moment I allowed her to send the order. But you haven't. No, I haven't. Hi, needy baby. The dream vision dissipates. Hey, lucky it's only chat time. If you think I would sing the Galileo part. Sharpening the murder middens, yeah. I just had to trim their claws the other day after being brutally reminded of how sharp they are. I wonder if I can, like, see the, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably very, very difficult. No, please don't step on the keyboard. Alright, let me see. Can you? Oh, yeah, the little holes right there. Ouch. Put my titty away. No, I won't. You hoe. Cover them, slut. I love that that's become a meme. Just some dude sitting there. Big titties out. You sure that's from a cat? Yeah, no. Even human teeth couldn't leave. It's like 3 very tiny little puncture marks. I don't think anything else could do that other than very tiny claws. You're so hot when you recognize memes. Oh, hello? Please? No, please? Stop. 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 You have yet to learn that keyboard is no-no zone. That's not how you spell that. Not quite. Whatever. Recognize. Reckoning. Who cares? Heat presses against your face like a warm, calloused hand, suffocating and dragging you downward into the light. You try to claw your way out, to stop your descent. Alright, that's fine to be up there, as long as you know it's not, because you're bad about that too. You whack the fucking display cables out the back. But you're only able to slow the inevitable as a shimmering brilliance threatens to swallow you whole. And then there's a cold, dead hand reaching out from the darkness above. You grab it and follow its lead back into the comfort of oblivion. The dark swallows you up, and all is calm again. Sunrise, sunset. I just got a new achievement that I've never got before. Very interesting. Why are you licking the fucking top of my computer? What? Yes. Hello. Yes. I know. I wish he would just, like, sit on my, chill out and just, like, sit on my lap or something. A shimmering hole. You're standing on a cliffside bluff, staring out over Ottawa. You know there's no such cliff in the real world. Why am I having so many fucking dreams? So this must be a dream, or some other place you'd rather not think about. The rosy light of pre-dawn shimmers against the tallest buildings to the east. Yet you aren't afraid. You've already been pulled away from the light once tonight. Maybe this time you should let it take you. It's beautiful, isn't it? Fade asks. He's standing beside you, staring out over the peaks of steel and glass. the bones and skin of the only home you've ever known. There's so much I've never seen, Silas. So many wonders I'll never know. He looks over to you. What do you think it's like? The sun? It's hard to remember, you say. But it's nice to get a glimpse of it like this, without being afraid. The dawn is growing brighter, minute by minute. Normally, by now, you'd be feeling the uneasy rumbling of the beast, but your instincts have gone silent. Placid. You feel at peace. Placid? It's placate, right? So, placid, placid. Fade crosses his arms and looks back towards the light. We're never going to see Japan, are we? We're tied to this place, driven like moths to the flame. The sun. Placid. What? Placid. D, what are you doing? Placid. Placated. If you believe me at this point, it's on you. Fair. The sun peeks out over the manufacturing warehouses to the southeast, but you feel no pain. Alright, good job. Didn't step on the keyboard. Nice. You let the warmth wash over you. Maybe Ottawa's not so bad, you say. But it's made me forget so much about my life. You sweep your gaze out over the vastness of the city. For so long considered the domain of other creatures. Werewolves, Sabbat, and who knows what else. Seeing it from up here on the cliffside somehow makes it less intimidating. No, he really won't leave me alone. I think we'll travel someday. Someday soon, just you and me. What is going on? Say what you want about the city, but it's relatively safe here, and we know the locals. I'd have to wait until the dust has settled from all the madness brewing right now, but travel does sound like a good idea. What good is being ageless if you can't enjoy it once in a while? I spent too much time building social and political capital here in Ottawa to roam the wilds, where I'd be nobody again. We're staying right here. This is very strange. I'm not actually sure what we're choosing. I don't know what these affect. But I feel like the third one, right? Right? Or maybe I go for unhinged. I think 1 or 3. You like 3? Yeah. I feel like number 1's a bit more unhinged. Like, yeah, fuck it, let's go right now. But I personally like 3. Unhinged. Should I go with the first one? It's very similar. It's very similar to the third, but it's just a little more unhinged. Someday soon. Like tomorrow, Fade, we're leaving. We're going. Fuck it. It says someday. I know. But it does say someday soon. I'll go with the first one. Why not? Why not? It's very similar to the third. Tomorrow is a day, that's true. Someday, today's still a day. I'd like that, Faith says. You promise? Of course. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Although I am insane, so maybe I would. As long as we keep each other safe, we have as much time as we need. We won't grow old and die like mortals do. Exactly my point, Fade says. I just didn't expect you to agree. Maybe we're allowed to leave after all. Allowed to leave? You ask. Of course we're allowed to leave. So many kindred stay in cities for their entire life, spend decades without leaving. Even elders seem reluctant to travel. But we're not any average kindred, are we? No, you say. I suppose we're not. The sun crests the horizon, and for the first time in decades, You remember what daylight feels like. The warmth on your cold, dead skin. And you're not burning. It almost feels like you're alive again. So very alive. For some reason, your mind drifts back to what Ophelia said during the exhibition. You have a radiant aura, and you should let the light in. Maybe she really was trying to help you. You're just glad you didn't put her words out of your mind. For they may have been the very thing that conjured this brilliant star. You're thinking about her, aren't you? Fade says. You know I am. I warned you that she'd get in your head. I can feel it spreading through your mind like spiders. It's her gift, Silas. She makes people doubt themselves, doubt their inner voice and moral compass. You give Fade a look. So you're my moral compass now. Would you even know if I was? What's gotten into you lately? You ask. This isn't how you normally behave. You're usually a bit more irreverent, sarcastic even. What's with a somber, stoic act? What's happening with you? With us, Fade? What's happening with us? That is true, yeah. No, exactly. If a vampire has a safe place to stay every night, why would they leave it? Fade sighs. We all have our bad days. I'm just trying to keep you on the straight and narrow. Since when? You've never been one for playing it safe by the book. Look, I get it. You're looking out for me. But I need you to allow me to make my own decisions. I'm glad you're here, Fade, honestly. If you think I should forget what Ophelia said, then I'll do it. Could you please just cut the crap and tell me what's going on? Yeah, what is this, Fade? Come on. I kind of want to go with the last one. Is it? I feel like, all of my characters usually takes me a good 10 or 15 minutes to, actually get into their voice, so I feel like I'm not quite there with Fade yet. 4? Yeah, I want to go with 4. Everybody's saying 4. Just cut the crap. What's going on, Fade? I know you're upset, Fade says. But some truths kill. I'm just trying to get you to look at the bigger picture. So tell me then, you say. What's the bigger picture? Why don't you just explain the problem to me instead of expecting me to so blindly trust you? Tell me the truth, Fade. The truth is that barriers are breaking down faster than I can build them up. The sun grows warmer as it rises above the skyline, backlighting the cityscape until it stands as pure obsidian. I guess blacklighting's similar, right? They're not the same at all. Blacklight's very different than a backlight. A black set of jagged, diseased teeth. The warmth is no longer comforting. In fact, you're burning up. What barriers? You ask. You raise a hand in vain attempt to shield yourself from the light. Your skin is starting to blister and peel away, leaving only brittle white bone in its wake as flesh slows to the ground. What barriers? The brilliance pierces you. Lances of light cutting to your very spirit, stripping worldly excess until all that remains is a glistening shard. The core of you. You begin to remember. The villa. The training. All of it coming back in waves. And at the heart of it is Prince Arundel. Always Arundel, fanning the fires of your spirit, breaking and remaking you until the end of time. Until he makes you whole again. The sun winks out. I have no idea what that was about. This is like an entire new storyline that I've never gone down, so I don't even know what we're in for. Backstory. Yeah, that's very interesting. In the early years, same fucking thing. In the early days after your embrace, you saw almost as much of Arundel as you did of Corlys. He would later become more reclusive, allowing your sire to train you as she saw fit. But when you were still a fledgling, he shared a select few skills with you. You can see him now, through the dream ether. His eyes are serious, but not cold. He wants you to succeed and survive. Days, years, potato, tomato, yeah. Right, we're vampires. Arundel trained me extensively in the usage of firearms, not only how to shoot, but how to take my time, pick out the right target. Dexterity, composure, resolve. While Corliss taught me about exploiting kindred politics, Arundel schooled me in using them to make others appreciate me. Friends in high places are worth their weight in gold. Corliss's physical training wasn't up to the prince's high standards. He sent me to train overseas with masters in the art of combat. That's some Batman shit. But also, we're not going to choose that because we have no strength or stamina, and it's a little late in the game to start getting them. Arundel understood that the world of the future. Yeah, I read that right. That the world of the future was digital. He made certain that I had access to the latest technology and the tutoring to know how to use it, take it apart, and build it back up again. Intelligence, dexterity, wits. Let's try to build on what we already have. Dex is very high. Intelligence, something, and wits. What was that? Intelligence, dexterity, wits. Interesting. That could actually help quite a lot. Wits. That would max out our dex. Our social stats could use a little bit. At this point, we have no strength or stamina. We are just dexterous. Yeah, charisma, manipulation, with some torn. Composure and resolve. What are those like? Composure and resolve. Those are actually pretty good. So really just not this third one. Silas is a twink, pass it on. It's tricky. I might want to go with this one because our social skills are not as high as I'd like. I mean, manipulation's getting up there. Wits. What is it? Wits. That one could be useful to have. Or we max out Dex early on and then start picking other things, right? This one. I think the third one's pretty good. Intelligence, dexterity, wits. Intelligence, well, our intelligence. Shit. Dexterity, wits. Charisma and wits could be useful. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we are going for key. We might have missed out on that. I'm not sure. It's not the first time we'd had shit intelligence. Yeah, I kind of want to go with the last one. It'll max out dexterity, and then we'll be able to pick some other things from there. I'm still going to try to go for key, but we might have messed it up by picking out that Luna side quest instead. I'm really not sure. It's only my second time playing the game, so I don't know at what point you get locked out of romance options by not pursuing them enough early on. I'm going to go with the last one, though. I might be wrong. The side quest was worth it. It was very interesting. And it has to come back, right? It has to. In the age before smartphones and ubiquitous internet, Arundel had been forward-thinking enough to see the writing on the wall, something that a great many elders find themselves incapable of doing. You still remember Bouchard grumping about how these glorified adding machines were nothing more than a fad, while the younger licks trained you on ICBM compatibles. ICBM, Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles. Yeah, right, we're a fucking nuclear scientist. IBM compatibles and Apple computers. It's a shame. Yeah, I misread that. It's a shame that Arundel's been forced to largely abandon such modern tools in the age of the Second Inquisition. But all great troubles pass in time, as will this one. Through the memory, you feel stronger. The atrophy of your bureaucratic years serving Corliss melting away. You want to know Key's backstory? We'll see if we can still get it or not. It is very interesting. Not an atomic scientist. Very unsexy. Oh dear. You emerge from your coffin, feeling absolutely ghastly. Just like Bouchard, huh? It's some big brain shit. Your hunger, whoops, your wounds mended somewhat while you slept, but you still have a ways to go before you're good as new. Your hunger makes itself known as you catch your equilibrium. You'll be wanting to feed tonight, or your wounds won't be the only thing you'll have to worry about. How do you even manage to get back here in one piece? It was Gerard. Gerard helped us. I'd like to know that too, Fade says. I heard a little squawk of upsetness. I hope they don't start fighting again. They had a little fight yesterday. I might have spoken too soon. They are chasing each other. Oh boy. Hey? Stop. Oh, poor little Mog. He lets out the most distressed cries when Mog bullies him, or when Mouse bullies him, because he's so much smaller. I'd share these little wah! Play with me, brother. Yeah. He's very bouncy. The woman that I got him from says that when the outside feral cat was not beating the shit out of him, he spent a lot of time with a very large dog. So I'm sure he is used to thinking that his whacks and bites don't actually hurt, because this dog was just like, I don't know, bump him over. Oh my god, are they fucking... I heard another very distressed squawk. Am I safe? Show us the pink one. Oh, he's very sleepy. God damn it. Alright, I'll be right back. I can hear them fighting.
I don't have to hold it. What the fuck?
We definitely could just switch over. Oh, you little shit. What are you pressing? Stop. What the fuck are you pressing? Oh no, you need to move. Oh no. Oh no.
When I'm winning.
He crashed
okay.
it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Blame the cat. The cat made my homework. The cat. It's fine.
Is it a sign? I actually did not know that. That was very interesting. This here is the Alright, well this one I actually don't know what it affects and don't care very much which option we choose. So I'm sorry, it was just too funny. Oh fuck, are those bandits still in my house? Nope, okay, they're gone.
Hello, I am back. Oh, that's terribly annoying. I got really worried for a little bit there, because Mog had, like, what I thought were actual scratches and cuts on the back of his neck, but they were just little teeth indentations that faded by the time I left. I wish they wouldn't fight at all. It's just very, I don't know, it's very distressing. It makes me feel bad. It makes me worry if they actually get along. Do their slaps sound like hand slaps? Yes, it does. It just sounds like a lot of, like... Cats will do that sometimes. I know, but it makes me sad. It gives me anxiety. You will know if it's legit. Yeah, there's only, to be fair, there's only been one time that, Mog has actually, like, hissed at Mouse. And I don't think either of them have used, claws. It's just, like, playful little nips, but Mouse is so much bigger than Mog that, I don't think he realizes how easy it is for him to kind of hurt the little guy. It's a fight for dominance. Yeah, it kind of is, but it's too bad, because the older cat is much smaller. Only once they love each other. I know, that's what everybody says, but I don't know. I guess I'm just not used to it. It gets me very anxious, so I usually, like, chuck Mouse onto the bed while I check Mog to make sure he's okay. Cats really fight. Yeah, I know. Real cat fights is scary. These guys haven't done that, but... Mouse is bullied and picked on, so he'll probably never learn how to control his strength. Yeah, I know. It's too bad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. If it's a real fight, they get loud. That's true, too. Them being naked, they scratch easier. Yeah, I know that's also a part of it, is like any little tiny scratch will show up as like some red-pink mark on either of them. And then, it'll fade with, like, by the end of the day. But it still distresses me. It distresses me a lot. Cats learn how to regulate their play fighting by playing with their little mates. Yeah. Cats will get scratched. Often wake up to death yells. Oh man, I've seen some videos of cats, like, seriously fighting. Ugh. Nature's scary. Oh, I feel a little bad about, like, tossing Mouse onto the bed now. You don't let cats fight it out. Yeah. No, I can imagine. When Nest of the Raven said they had to go, right? I think I missed that. You know, yeah. It is unsettling. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I want them to be happy little brothers that just cuddle all the time. Perma heat yowls sound... Oh, dear. Oh, Puma heat yowls. Yikes, I can imagine. I do worry about my furry ones. Fuzzy ones? I almost said fuzzy ones. Same thing, right? If they don't both, like, come to bed at some point, I feel like something's very wrong. But I'd pay any money to have ya. They do cuddle. They do cuddle. Hello, Lonesome Drifter. Yeah, I know, they do cuddle. Alright. Let me get back to the story. Skin babies. I got some good ones. I know, that's what everybody that's seen them has said, but I guess I'm just, like, expecting they'll be perfect all the time. God, I sound like some overbearing father. They want to get along. Yes, Fade. He's pulling on his occult robe. Not even you can be perfect all the time. Shh. Some cats never get along. That's so upsetting, though. Last I remember, you were escaping from that awful exhibition hall. Last you remember, you ask, resisting the urge to throttle him. Something else you would pay good money to have me do. You don't remember anything about last night? No, Fade says. Should I? I saw you in my dreams. We were catching the sun. Or we were watching the sun come up over Ottawa. Speak for yourself. From a cliffside that doesn't exist. It was beautiful. I started thinking about what Ophelia said to me during the exhibition. You got upset and started talking about how you were trying to make me see the bigger picture. You said barriers were breaking me down. That doesn't sound like me. What happened next? You grimace with irritation. You disappeared and the sun burned me until the skin melted from my bones. Fade shakes his head. Sounds like a nightmare. I'm just not sure what you want from me. Do you need your sheets changed? 'Cause that's what your battle butler's for. I have asthma. Oh dear. Cats barely tolerate each other. Really? Oh dear. I gotta go give them each a little smooch on the head to make sure they're okay. I'll be right back again. I feel bad. I feel bad for splitting up their fight. Oh well. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, it was just too funny. Oh fuck, are those bandits still in my house? I totally forgot that I'd left them in there. Nope, okay, they're gone. Okay. I don't know. Rex just kind of stood there too most of the time. I always kind of pictured it as what? What happened? What the fuck? What? What? I didn't even see what hit me. I have full shields and everything. What the fuck? They kept up these stones. She owes me a favor. I actually did not know that. That was very interesting.
Okay, I'm back. I got some good purrs from both of them. I feel a little better. Buy me. You really expect me to believe that you don't remember any of it? It's not the first time you've gone weird on me lately. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was just a dream. I'll let you off the hook one last time, but if something like this happens again, I'm not gonna let it go. I feel like we should do that one. I feel like someone is fucking with our head, and I don't know if it's Ophelia, or Corliss, or the Anarchs? I don't know. I feel small and vulnerable. Usually not a position I'm in. Or might be everyone. Yeah, that's my role. Let's go with the last one. You know I don't control your dreams, right? Fate says. But sure, if you really want to lay into me for your subconscious, for what your subconscious dregs up, then go for it. It's not like I can really go anywhere. I'll be your punching bag. Oh, that's not what I said, you say, exasperated. I'm just tired of games. I hear you. So let's put the bad dream behind us and move on with our night, okay? If I knew something, I'd tell you. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, Fade. Might be no one, you're just bonkers, right? There's also that, which is that, we are a Malkavian and therefore canonically insane. Man, imagine that if it was nobody fucking with our mind and this whole game just like gives you the feeling of extreme paranoia. Stop twisting his words, Fade. But he's so good at it. You get dressed and leave your private rooms, simultaneously eager and dreading Gerard's evening update. The ghoul is sitting at his desk as usual, thumbing through a small pile of papers before settling on one and placing a pen on it as a placeholder. "Good evening, Master," he says. "Are you feeling recovered after the commotion? After all the commotion last night? It was reckless of you to go after those bombers, you know. You might not still be here tonight if things had turned out differently. It's admirable, though. I think the prince would be pleased that you did your part to keep his domain secure." Thanks, Gerard. Let's be as polite as possible. Thanks, Gerard. Have you learned anything new? Yes, I have learned that I am back to step on your keyboard again. Okay, thanks. Miss Gray has managed to keep a lid on the incident for the most part. Yep. Stump, 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 stump. All right. Thanks. Hi. Pew, pew, pew. Hi, Dad. I'm actually back for more butt pats. Thanks. The head kisses were clearly an invitation to stomp. Your voice is like Jack's baby talking. Well, they are baby goblins, so. Oh, thanks. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, come here. Come here. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Oh, are you going to settle down here for the first time ever? That would be very sweet of you, you know. Miss Gray has managed to keep a lid on the incident for the most part, although the information is filtering through networks of servants, such as myself. We need to keep ourselves informed if we are to properly serve your interest. I doubt I know more than you, since you were there, though I believe Key was able to apprehend one of the individuals who set the bombs. I doubt he's found any kindred involved yet, or I had received word of a blood hunt. He clears his throat. I also have an important message from your sire. With interest for the cat tax. Please do a Halloween photo shoot. I should. That would be incredible. Please don't step on my keyboard. It's not surprising, you say. I think you should take this matter seriously, sire. She says an Archon has been dispatched to the city. She says you'd know what that means. You can feel Fade cringe in the back of your mind. We know what it means, all right. It means trouble. You're struck silent for a moment, stunned. An Archon, dispatched to Ottawa? Either that means the most powerful kindred on the continent have learned that Prince Arundel is missing, or that something even more sinister is going on. Archons have act as ground enforcers for the near mythical Camarilla elite, and they're rarely seen, even when they're actively deployed. Few kindred have ever met one in person, but when one is openly dispatched to a city, the local kindred will bend over backward to give the appearance of compliance. Many view it as a great shame, a strong suggestion that the local prince is incapable of keeping order in their own domain. Gerard promptly reads the concern on your face. Someone quite powerful is concerned about the Anarchs causing trouble in public, I'd wager. That can't be the only reason, you mutter. Anarchs cause trouble like this all the time. It'd be beneath an Archon's notice, unless something else is happening alongside it. But how confident are you of that sentiment? Many younger kindred aren't aware of the existence of Archons, much less their shadowy masters. I heard that. Guys, stop. Chill out. What little peepee heads. I feel like it's the warm weather. These cats are like heat powered. When it was colder, they would just like to curl up and sleep. But now that it's warm, they're getting very excited and bouncy. Oh my god, please don't jump on the keyboard. Oh, hello, Mocklin. How are you? Did he bite you again? I see some saliva on your neck. Ouch. Okay. Okay, little dude. Let me see it. Didn't break the skin. You're alright. I'm sorry. So sad. For Christmas, I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's very sweet. Yours just melt in the heat. Really? Well, it's because they don't have any fur, these little guys. Get very... That's very cute. Hello. Mog is poking his head through my ring light to stare at me. He's done now, or I take a picture. Wow. Hi, mouse. Even you have only heard of them because of Corliss's intense battery of studies while you were a fledgling. Gerard remains dubious of your assessment. The Anarchs are a problem. If the prince were here, that would be one thing. But if his disappearance has become widely known, the Anarchs might think they need to take matters into their own hand. I hope you're right. An Anarch means trouble, regardless of the reason, but that seems to be the most straightforward theory. If an Anarch was sent, every time the Camarilla had a scuffle with the... If an Archon was sent... Yeah, I misread that. If an Archon was sent, every time the Camarilla had a scuffle with the Anarchs would have been wiped out decades ago. It is unbecoming for a servant to speculate, Gerard. No, God, we can't tell him that. Why do you believe the Anarchs are such a problem? For what I can tell, they just want to make Kindred Society a more equal place, Gerard. Let's do the first one. I hope you're right. I hope so, Gerard. 'Cause fuck, the alternative is scary. You seem worried, Gerard says. What else do you think it could be? Should I look into hiring some more bodyguards for you? Deploy the anarchists. It is unbecoming. No, we can't be mean to Gerard. No. You shake your head. If an Archon wants anything to do with me, there's not much that a bodyguard can do to stop them. I just need to keep from stepping on any fingers. The ghoul frowns. I'll keep that in mind, Master. He clears his throat. In any case, Miss Corliss would like you to come to her office early tonight, presumably regarding the recent arrival. Hunger gnaws at you. Are there any vessels waiting for me? You ask. Gerard shakes his head. These nights have been largely chaotic. With Arundel gone and your sire occupied, it's not surprising that they haven't had a bounty to share with you. Might I suggest you take some time to hunt before going into this office tonight? It could clear your head. Miss Corliss won't be expecting you immediately, and with this Archon around, you won't want to be stepping into the political pool while you're hungry. It's practical advice. At this rate, you'll grow accustomed to hunting again. The pampered life of the Upper Camarilla had blunted your fangs, but sharpening them on new victims, well, it almost makes you feel alive again. I'll do that, you say. Thank you for the advice, Gerard. Of course, Master. You're just about to head out when you remember your Desert Eagle, the little pocket pew-pew. You hadn't brought the weapon with you on the previous nights, and you fucking regretted it. You got shot with one instead. Then again tonight, you'll most likely be speaking to an Archon alongside your sire. Going to a meeting like that, strapped to kill, might not seem as good form. Of course, you could always try to conceal the weapon, but one doesn't become an Archon by missing the small details. You want to bring your weapon with you? Yes, I'm unhinged. Lethal force is the only long-term solution. There are too many strange happenings. That's the most unhinged one, I guess. Ooh, lethal force, the only long-term solution. Yikes! Yikes! Don't ever actually fall into that mindset. That's scary. That's some, I don't know. That's not a good mindset to have. It's a spooky dookie right there. Spooky dookie waiting to happen. But let's go with it. What mindset? That a lethal force is the only long-term solution? That's a very concerning mindset. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. You spend a few Jesus Christ. You spend a few minutes finding an old shoulder holster you haven't used in almost a decade. The weapon fits, but it's tight. If you're going to carry a concealed long-term, you might want to eventually look into a new way of carrying it. But, for now, you put a loose-fitting suit jacket over the top. It manages to cover the holster, but you'll have to keep it buttoned up in polite company. By the time you step out into the cold, snow-swept Ottawa streets, you've decided where you wish to hunt. Where do you plan to crave your sating? To crave your satings. Thanks, Satan. Where do you plan to sate your cravings? Vampires can gain weight. I don't think so. I think it means the weapon fits, but it's tight because this is just a big gun. Pretty sure that's all that's implying. Why are you guys both like wiggling around like a little vermin? What's going on? What has gotten into you both? It's toasty, father. We've come to steal the heat. We know it's everywhere. Where we can save the cratings. Where do we crate the savings? God damn it. I don't think a vampire's body can change at all. It always like tries to reset itself back to the point that you were embraced. I've read that, you know, that's part of what can be so funny about Vampire the Masquerade sometimes is a super, super skinny vampire can be one of the strongest ones if that's what their blood abilities allow them to do. And you'll never expect it by looking at them. Father, where is our hourly offering of heat? The live music scene. So we already went to Confederation Park. Alicia's collection of blood dolls. We don't like Alicia. The Sapper's Staircase is a wide tunnel beneath the Plaza Bridge. There's plenty of nooks and crannies. We're going very Nosferatu style vampire. I kind of like that one. Just hiding in a fucking alleyway. God, what a criminal. Let's do it. The bridge under the Rideau Canal? Did I say that right? The Ridley Canal. Splits in two. No. Alright. Shaped as fire elementals. Oh, thanks, D. And where the halves diverge, a staircase leads you down into a tunnel running parallel with the canal. The Fairmont Chateau Laurier looms majestically above the water. A modern castle with over 100 darkened windows, watching over you like lidded eyes. Is anyone observing you from behind those panes of glass? Impossible to know, so you take your business below. You take the steps down, 2 at a time, eager to begin the hunt. L'Oreal. Because you're worth it. L'Oreal. Wait, is that L'Oreal Paris? I cannot tell. Please. I feel like at this point I'm just getting worse and worse with my pronunciation every single stream. I'm gonna have to pick a non-reading game next. You haven't seen many pedestrians since you arrived, but as with any other hunting ground in Ottawa, it's just a matter of time before an opportunity presents itself. I hide in one of the small stone archways lining the tunnel, waiting for my prey to arrive before striking. I leave the confines of the tunnel and walk side of the canal. I'll hide myself in the dark surrounding one of the larger shade trees and bushes. A set of locked double doors marked restricted area can easily be pried open with my strength. I hide inside there. Emerging to snap them and draw them into a dark room like a trapdoor spider. That one seems the most unhinged. Let's do that. It's a decent idea, provided you can get the doors open. But we don't have any fucking strength, though. Did I mess that up? L'Oreal's. I know, yeah, it's a cosmetic brand, yeah. I didn't know if it was actually named after a real place or not. You latch your fingers into the small crack between the doors. There's no handle for you to wrench open, and pull, channeling your vampiric strength into the effort. Your fingers cramp and scream out for you just to stop, just before the door relents and pulls open in your desperate grip. No wenches? Maidenless? No wenches? No bitches? You step inside and close, stop before the door relents and pulls open in your desperate grip. There's very little of interest inside, but you weren't looking for a bounty of objects to steal, only a web to trap your victim in. Man, weak grip. You step inside and close the doors until only a slit of light shows through as you settle in to wait. A slit. Eventually, you see a middle-aged man walking your direction, wearing an oversized Leafs jersey. Looks like walking through the tunnel alone in the dark isn't the first mistake he's made tonight. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you can hear Fade laughing. You leap out and grab a hold of the man, tearing him off the walkway as her hand wraps around his mouth before he can scream for help. Within seconds, he's safe inside your makeshift den. You're not sure if that could have gone any better. You sink your fangs into his neck and drink deep, savoring the rich flavor of his blood. It's not often that you get complete privacy to feed at your leisure these nights, and you intend to savor it. Once the commotion in the city has died down for good, you'll need to get Gerard to deliver a victim that you can enjoy, just like this, in the comfort of your own home. Okay, we did not kill him. Your appetite, largely sated for the moment, you decide to move on. Always aware there's a hunger for more that you can never fully extinguish. Why would you drink Leafs fan blood? But it tastes like old beer, oh dear. Your more bestial needs attended to, you decide to head towards Corliss's office. It's still fairly early in the night, and you're feeling confident that your sire won't hold your little hunting trip against you. The elevator hums its usual wordless tune as it ascends into the upper stratosphere of corporate finance, its doors opening into the familiar hubbub of mortals caught up in their last-minute wheeling and dealing before returning home to rest. When the sun rises again, they'll be back bright and early, enthusiastically devoting more of their depressingly finite lives to the generation of wealth your sire uses to keep the hamster wheel of free enterprise ever turning. Can you imagine living like that again? Fate asks. A mortal who can't see past day to day, blind to the reality right under their noses. I swear they can see us for what we are, but choose to ignore it. Lucky us. They don't turn a blind eye, you whisper. If they did, the Second Inquisition would never have gotten started. Fair point, Fade says. But they're the exception to the rule. The double doors to Corliss's inner office are closed, and a small queue of besuited worker bees waits impatiently outside, checking their watches and phones every few seconds like a nervous tick they can't control. The growling is just so... One of them notices you and flags you over. Silas Moore, right? He rather forcefully takes your hand and shakes it. I'm Louis Armand. I simply must speak with Eden as soon as possible. Could you inform her that we're in danger of losing the contract with... Other raised voices chatter over Louis, each impatient petitioner clamors to be heard. In the end, they give you little choice but to push past them, knocking on the door to announce yourself before pulling it open, practically diving in before closing it behind yourself again. And there she is, the Archon. She's very muscular. They're still out there. An unfamiliar voice from a chair in front of Corliss's desk. Its occupant has her back to you, legs crossed. She is surprisingly short, given the deep, commanding nature of her voice. You'll have to dismiss them, Eden. She cranes her neck. Oh, fuck me, I just can't read today. She cranes her head. This an Anne Rice fanboy? Louis Armand. Yeah. I didn't even realize that. That's very funny. She'll mobilize the lawyers. She is dead. Yeah, she's been dead for 10 years now, right? Maybe a little more. She cranes her head backward to look at you. And this is your youngest child. Come here, Silas. I don't have all evening to wait while you fidget. Corliss waves you forward and you follow her direction. The woman in the chair folds back her gloved hands together. Folds her glove... Oh my god. Last year? No, it wasn't that recently. No. She's been dead for a while. Oh, shit. Not as long as I thought, not as recently as you thought. 2021. Wow. A lot more recently than I realized. Sometimes I think 2021 is still just last year, instead of almost 2 years ago. 3. Almost 3 years ago. Fuck. You were close, yes. Much closer than me. The woman in the chair folds her black gloved hands together as she looks you over, eyes narrowed, committing every detail to memory. Her arms are thick, and you can tell they're corded with muscle, even through the formal attire. Despite her intimidating presence, she looks distinctly uncomfortable, though you have little doubt that she could spring into action in an instant, regardless of circumstance. Her gaze lingers for a moment, along the side of your jacket, where you have your weapon concealed. I think 2018 was last year. Yeah, me too, man. Me too, sometimes. Peak shit show. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2021 was a weird year, just in general. You wish to see me? You ask Corliss. Not her. The seated woman replies flatly. Me. I am Archon Adeline Durand, and it is my intention to finish any business in this frozen wasteland as soon as possible. Your sire informs me that you were recently attacked by the Anarch Robert Ward. Is that correct? Why does it always come back to the Anarchs? Fade groans. Straight to business, then. This is clearly not a woman to be trifled with. If you're going to hide any information from her, you'd better be convincing. We were all attacked. There was a blood hunt, and I was on the team. Yes, ma'am, I was. I barely survived. I was almost impaled on the exposed rebar before the warehouse exploded. Let's just be short, blunt, and to the point. Yes, correct. I appreciate a simple, to-the-point answer, the Anarch says. Very good. What concerns me is the Anarch's interest in you. Corliss. Oh, hello, Mom. Oh, Big Puff. I'm sorry, little man. I thought you were a mouse. I thought you were going to step all over my keyboard. I didn't mean to block you like that. Ugh, Dad. Can't believe it. Archon. Did I say Anarch again? Fuck. I appreciate a simple to the point answer. The Archon says. Archon, they're so similar. The Archon says. It's an Archon talking about anarchs. Come on. Oh well. God damn it. Corliss clears her throat. Adeline, if Robert has a preoccupation with Silas at all, and that's in dispute, it would be as a way to strike back at me. My concerns about the man are well documented. The best thing he ever did for the city was leave, and in the end he couldn't even get that right. I'm well aware of your opinion, Eden, the Archon says, a hint of irritation in her voice. I have no interest in retreading that ground. She turns back to you. Despite your sire's suggestions, your name has come up in conjunction with the Anarchs in more than half of the interviews I've conducted so far. So far? I thought you've only just arrived tonight. I don't understand. Until recently, no one had any interest at all. I stay silent. There's no purpose in interrupting the Archon or providing more information than absolutely necessary. This is like dealing with the police, right? Maybe we should do that last one. It's not often we get to it. Let's do the last one. I like this one, Eden. Archon, not Anarch. Archon, Adeline says. Z knows when to keep Zir mouth shut. That one always throws me off. I'm getting used to the Z, but Zir looks... It looks like it's another language. Zir mouth shut and when to open it. I have it, on good authority, Silas, that Ward attempted to contact you last night. The Feral, Hobberk, has not been subtle since he arrived in Ottawa. Did you meet with Ward? Yeah. Yes, I did. It even says, Ward never tried to contact me. Your source must be mistaken. Difficult test of manipulation. I don't think our scores are quite good enough. I saw Ward, yes, but I was held against my will. I had no choice. That is true, right? And I don't think anybody would think that badly. Corliss's face darkens. And you didn't think to tell me this? Well, Corliss, you've been fucking busy as shit and had no time for your lil baby vampire. I haven't had the opportunity. You weren't at Alicia's last night. I wasn't sure where to find you. We don't have phones anymore. This is why we need to be able to use... This is it, guys. This is why we need to be able to use electronic communications again. Not only do I miss out on my anime milkies, but I also miss out on telling you important things, Corliss. Wow. I intended to tell you tonight. I didn't expect a visit from the Archon in the meantime. I'm sorry I didn't figure out a way to get to you sooner. I feel like the first one... The second one's definitely the most unhinged, but I really don't... I don't know. I feel like that's pushing it. A true tragedy. The true tragedy. I know. No phone means no anime milkies. It's the end times. For real, for real. It's true, but also a bit snappy. Yeah, but like... It's fucking Corliss. I guess Corliss is aight with us so far. I don't know. I don't know how much we trust her, right? I think we are... Fuck Corliss, exactly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, I tried. I tried. We don't have phones anymore, though, Corliss. What was I going to do? Send you a little text on what? My milky phone is gone. Referred to titties as milkies. I hate it. Excuses, valid as they may be, have no place here, Corliss says. She's slowly calming down. She knows she can't afford to lose her temper in front of an Archon. Take some responsibility, Silas. You bow your head in deference. Deference, yes. I read that right, yeah. I'm not interested in squabbles between you and your child, Corliss. Archon, Adeline says, eyeing you closely. Where did you see Ward? Deference. God damn it. Next dwarf you make, you have to get Milky's tattooed somewhere. Oh dear. Where did you see Ward? Chinatown. north of Somerset Street. You detail the location as best as you can. Ward was with a woman I've never seen before. Called her Sevink. Adeline perks up. Turkish woman. Long black hair. You nod. She had 2 Rottweilers with her. My maker is easier to track. That's her. She pauses and thinks for a moment, like she's putting together pieces of a puzzle. Be careful with that one. You get the impression that the Archon is saying this to both you and your sire. She's Banu Hakim, and a bit more deadly than that vizier you have here collecting mothballs. And what exactly did you discuss during your time together? Corlys asks. I'm sorry, Corlys. I'm here to be questioned by the Archon, not by you. How dare you give me a perfectly valid and I know, Corlys is a bit of a bitch, isn't she? He said the exhibition was going to be bombed. He didn't seem interested in anything else. He told me that the Tremere were going to bomb Alicia's exhibition. It felt like he was trying to recruit me. I made sure he knew I wasn't interested. He kept suggesting that my mind had been tampered with and that I should work with him to tell me the truth. Let's do the second one. He told me the Tremere were going to bomb Alicia's exhibition. Oh, but that might be throwing Key under the bus, right? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The third one. You think so? It's not wrong. Yeah. The first one. He didn't seem interested in anything else, really. I like the second one. It almost throws Corlys under the bus. I don't know. Because he was legit trying to recruit someone else. Yeah, but that definitely paints him as like a bad guy. Which I don't know if he is. I don't know. I'm kind of like second guessing this now. Which is what he would want, of course. Maybe we should go with the third one. Right? That's very classic Archon. I don't think he's a good guy either. Yeah. I don't know. The more I play it, the less I trust Corlys. I don't think... Well, yeah, that's Vampire the Masquerade for you, right? It's just politics and human history summed up. Neither side is very great. I kind of like the last one. Because it doesn't... I don't know. I'm not sure. Damn, I'm really not sure. Boca Loco's always playing inside. Fuck, these are all such good options. I'm really torn. Yes. You can grab your D4, yeah. I don't really want to say the third one though, because I'm so torn. Hope I don't hear little distressed squawks and chasing each other through the house again. You know, I vote for either 2 or 4, but I don't know which one. Hello. Hi. Pyoink. I'm wounded. Flip a coin. Yeah, I will. Let's see. Heads will go with the first one. Tails will go with the second one. I'll flip a coin. A flip coin. Flipping. Tails. That's the second one. All right. Kept suggesting that my mind had been tampered with. Corlys hisses. Is there no low that man won't sink to in order to subvert my will? You give her a questioning look. She's rattled. You hadn't expected that. Are you saying there's some truth to what he said? Of course not, child. Corlys snaps. Trying to recruit my child is bad enough, but now you're doubting my word too after all I've done for you. You think it best to back off for now. She's getting too upset in front of the Archon, and that won't be good for either of you. Of course not, Corliss. You reply quickly. You need to get your house in order, Eden, Adeline says. If Arundel does not return, you may well rise to take his place when all is said and done. Ottawa has a long and sordid history of weak princes who barely last a few decades in power. It would be a shame if you were to find your name among theirs. I trust I'll have unrestricted access to your resources until the Anarch situation has been dealt with. Of course. Then I believe we're done here, Adeline says abruptly. She stands and picks up a pork pie hat from beside the chair. It doesn't fit her all that well with formal attire, and she doesn't put it on, but the way she handles the worn black fabric speaks familiarity and comfort. It'll be good to get back on the streets again, she says. Formalities bore me, Eden. Next time, we will meet on my terms. The Archon eyes you critically. If you're going to carry a weapon like that in a workplace, Silas, at least learn to conceal it better. A poorly concealed handgun doesn't necessarily break our codes of conduct, but it could very well attract the attention of moral authorities. I'm here to put fires out, not fuel them. Next time, choose to be more discreet. She opens the door and shoos Corliss away. Shoos away Corliss's few remaining hopeful business associates, disappearing from view as the heavy wooden door swings closed. Gothel wannabe. What? Who is that? Corliss waits a full minute before speaking. She wants to make sure that the Archon is well and truly gone. That woman is insufferable, Silas, and she has no concept of how we run things in the city. She points at your shoulder holster. Your weapon is adequately concealed and necessary in times like these. She forgets that mortals don't possess her attention to detail. I swear she only came in here to henpeck me to death. She demands my attention and then complains for almost 10 full minutes about what she had to wear in order to fit in. She actually suggested we could meet in a bar. Can you imagine the scandal? A bar. John would be mortified. Really? Oh dear. Oh, the mother from Tangled. Oh, never watched that. I know Corliss is, she's high-key manipulative. Yeah, she is. She is very manipulative. It seems awfully unprofessional. Probably wouldn't hurt to meet her on her own terms. At least then your business associates wouldn't see her coming and going. I don't really see the problem. Maybe she'd see you more as down to earth. It can't hurt to play nice. It can't hurt to play nice with an Archon. I nod and remain silent for the moment. Let's go with the first one, right? Just get this over with, Corliss. I don't trust you very much. No, I've never seen Tangled. I haven't seen a lot of Disney movies, especially all of the new ones. Unprofessional at the least, Corliss says. Unfortunately, I had little choice but to entertain her. A well-positioned prince might be able to get away with briefly flouting the will of an Archon, but with Ottawa destabilized and no clear leader, it would be best to satisfy her curiosity and send her on her way as quickly as possible. If we're lucky, she might deal with our Anarch problem while she's at it. Your sire lapses into an uncomfortable quiet, leaving you feeling awkward and fidgeting. Is there anything else I can do to assist you? You ask, hoping to leave as soon as possible. I have to rethink my entire admiration. Most of the new ones aren't good. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just not really a movie person anymore. And the movies that I do watch, being few and far between, I don't put Disney too high up on that list. I can't think of what the most recent movie I saw was. Well, that is a fresh little steamer. I'll have to go in a second to scoop that up. But I have to hop off soon anyway, so I'll wait. Maybe to the end of the next page, unless it's a long one. We haven't had much time to speak of your activities in recent nights, Corliss says. I should ask you about your assignment. Were you able to speak with Miss Meyer before the incident? I managed to get a few minutes in with Vivian, but she didn't stick around for long. She rushed out fairly quickly after I got there and left me with her butler. Do you think she had somewhere to be, or was she avoiding answering questions she knew you'd ask on my behalf? I think she's a bitch. So I'm going with this last one. I'm fairly certain she just didn't want to talk to me, but she didn't stick around to offer excuses. Did she give you any indication, or is that just your intuition? Corliss says. Not that I don't trust your judgment, of course. You shake your head. She's hard to get a read on. I can't say you're wrong. We've never been what I'd consider enemies. But she was close with Arundel, and may have been the last kindred to have seen him before his disappearance. What did you learn of you during your conversation? Be honest. She had a meeting with Arundel and an unnamed associate from Dubai. Be honest. She claimed that it was very unlikely Arundel would have disappeared to the Middle East. She said he had little taste for extended wars. That's just such a bullshit thing to say. Let's go with the first one. We're not going to lie to her right here. Hello? What was that noise? Some of the noises these cats make. Not that I don't trust your judgment, of course. Yeah, right. She is... The way they write her is manipulative as fuck. It's good writing, but it's really annoying. Go choke on the spatula. Yeah. You try to remember the specifics of the conversation. She told me that the last time she spoke with Arundel was when they were together with an Ashira from Dubai. A celebration over a big business deal. Corliss leans forward, eyes blazing intensely. Did she mention the specifics of this deal? No? Something vague about oil futures, but I got the impression there was something bigger going on. She didn't give me the name of the vampire either, though she seemed rather pleased to brag about the meal they had that night. Apparently they drank from the daughter of visiting royalty. Interesting, Corliss says. I'll have to look into that. It may lead to the name of our Ashira. Excellent work, Silas. Anything else? You shake your head. She left in a hurry before I could push anything further. I'd have to chase her down to ask another question, and I doubt she'd be receptive. Or I doubt she would have been receptive. Alright, that is really starting to stink, so I gotta go scoop that up. And it's time for me to go anyway, so I will stop there.